Good morning. Welcome to Daoist's Sunday lectures. This is the first on this subject talk about today. I'd love to talk about what Daoist people believe. What is belief mean? So when we talk about belief, it's not relate to a faith. When we talk about belief, there's always some kind of mistake in the word about the Daoist. They are always portraying Daoist priests like two types of people. One type is they hide deep inside the mountain and cultivating immortality in the monastery, in the cave, in the deep inside the forest. They don't look outside, they don't mind anything happen in the world. Usually those are affected by many movies and novels and literature describe how this type of carefree lifestyle. So people portraying those Daoist belief is believing in immortality. They should be out of the world and live into the mountain in the cave. Second misunderstanding is also people start believing that Daoist practice like superstitious. They do I Ching and Feng Shui, the psychic reading. All this be affected by modern literature and modern life. People dissatisfied with the stress, dissatisfaction, could not find joy and happiness in life. So they misunderstood. They look for the Daoist people, Daoist practitioner to make magic to changing their life. You see, this type of misunderstood is based on the people in the world do not understand what Daoist priests about, what they believe, do not understand what is Daoist mean. In fact, every one of us are Daoist. Everybody follow the Tao. Tao means the way, the truth, the principle. The people through the day we're born to the day our journey's ends all follow the path, follow the truth. And Tao is more like living philosophy. And people practice Tao. Example, the many Eastern and we Western people practice like they worshiping their ancestor. They put ancestors' pictures in the altar or in the houses. They mourning their ancestors. They go to the Easter days and worshiping their ancestors, right? So in the Western and indigenous practice, like worshiping nature, animals, and forests, and in many religions believe in Islam, Buddhism, and Judaism, and Confucianism and Buddhism, they all have this belief in immortality, belief in the higher being. You see, those is because when people facing a challenge in this material life, they could not get over that challenge, and so they start praying. As you know, when we all have difficulty, stress, and some crisis happen, we go to the church, temple, synagogues, or village hall to pray for our ancestors, pray for our higher beings, our religion's God, to blessing them, give them power, and resolve their confused, and bring them the good luck. You see, those belief is what Daoist people believe as well. So Daoist philosophy, based on that kind of ordinary people practice, believe in this ancestors, believe in this mystical force, a mystical being that able blessing us, bring us good luck and prosperity. So Taoist culture, that believing principle, philosophy, the truths, the past, you see, that kind of culture had deep in root in the people's mind and heart. So, example, Chinese people believing the god of wealth, the god of kitchens, the god of the sea, god of medicines, god of the city, god of the earth. Often say, everyone's a Daoist. Everyone's Daoist. So we cannot simply define you're Daoist or not Daoist because you not believe in the immortal, believe in the God, right? So everyone have this grand wish and believe in immortality, the higher beings and universal energies, universal power. So you see, when we like to pursuing a life without worry and carefree, without stress, without dying, without death. See, those expressed thousands of years, express the human that dissatisfied with stressful life, insecure life, and fear of death. So therefore, people from the belief in God and turn into wanting to be God. So therefore, they inventing method based on the goodwill, based on the ancestors' culture, based on the humans wanting to live, to be liberated for a freedom, for the ultimate longevity and prosperity and joy. So therefore, every one of us want to follow principle of nature and humanity, that we can live forever. We should live with carefree joy and happiness, because that is a major principle of nature and life. So Taoism, based on that belief, so that means every one of us, of humans on earth, have practicing the Tao, have been practiced the Tao. So I like to know you see, in the Taoist belief, they often say, wow, they portraying immortal, those people who had no effect by material life. They have carefree of material stress, and those type of people. But you see that although Taoism believe in that, so Taoism believes not just go to the temple, worship the statue, but in fact, this type of belief, it turn into a principle and method and technique that coaching each Taoist practitioner to find a way to transform from a human body to immortality. So they're giving you a practical practice, a method and technique to transform from a physical being, physical form, into this highest quality of human being. Call it immortality. There is the quality escalating, right? So that means in Taoist belief, that belief has the functionality of encouragement. It's encouragement that encourage our people in this material world to follow the footsteps of those pioneers, those immortal, those God before us, to use their technique to follow and believe what their belief. Okay, so to put it into our practice as a guidance, even our life has a lot of crisis and challenge and stress, as long as we have a heart that holding a heart of belief in immortality, a heart that wish to be immortal. So therefore that kind of belief of immortality that can transform it into a principle of cultivation of immortality. So therefore make our practice has a path to follow, has a technique to be used, and there is a path that ancestors and pioneers have laid upon us, so we already know what to do. Okay, so you see, immortality was originally is the terminology that is used in Daoism religion practice. But you see that every Daoist priest, they not just took it, they just not only worship the immortal within the religion. In other words, the Daoist practitioner their belief is very broad, and so they believe in all human beings, our ancestor, our sage and saint. Those people have greatest virtue, have done greatest contributions in society, had raised the quality of human being, improved the quality of life, and has the greatest hero, more moral value, hero model. They have helped and improved the quality of human's life. So those people, like Guanggung, Mazu in Chinese, Mazu, God of the seed, and the God of virtue called Guanggung, the red-faced, long beard with broad cross, and Guanyin Buddha, and Confucius practice. And they took all the people that have done greatest contribution in human society. They worshipped in history, year after year, generation after generation, that have been worshipped as immortal. So therefore, Daoist believe, Daoist practitioner, not just only believe the immortal within their religion system, they also believe in all other religions immortal, like Jesus Christ, Buddhas, Confucius. They have going all. They believe in those people have done greatest contribution in society are to be worshipped. So when we go to the temple, a monastery, to burn incense, to take a pilgrimage journey, not only just pray for prosperity and good luck or praying for blessing from God, but really is we are going there to worship our pioneer greatest virtue and moral value, to learn from them, use the moral value and practice and worship them, and by learning from their virtue, inspired from the greatest deed and moral, what they have practiced, right? We took it, their spirit, if everlasting spirits that have done greatest moral for the human society. We worship them. So in Daoism culture of belief, not only worship those immortal, but worship all the role model of humanity. We learn not only just to learn from immortal, we also want to become the immortal. We have to have a heart of wanting to be a saint, sage, or immortal, using the heart to inspire, encourage ourselves to practice the virtue, to enlighten ourselves, then to enforce that great virtue to enlighten others. Where Taoist belief is believing in self-enlightenment first before you are able to enlighten the others. So you see, on the journey of cultivation, immortal belief is like a lighthouse. It's like a lantern that in front of us, guiding us that to follow our pioneers' footsteps, to practice the immortality, to practice greatest virtue, to inspire more people in the world to practice greatness of immortality. So, you know that from the history, our human worship our ancestor, worship a role model of humanity, worships immortals and Buddha, right? We are not only shows our reflected in our personal life, to guiding us to improve our quality of humanity. Therefore, we can say that there is not Taoist belief in immortality has nothing different from everyone's at home worshiping your ancestor. That every religion and culture, how they worship their God, their Buddha, the Confucius, Islam God, and Judaism God, no matter what you believe in Taoism, immortal belief, and you are the same. And it's the same. So actually, more and more beliefs start to merge through the history. Today's the more and more people believe in immortal God, Buddha, or greatest perfections of humanity. That just means the immortal belief had deeply entered the people's heart and soul. That it's helping deeply to guide us. Not only just believe, but it's important we have to practice. So from theory, philosophy become practical action that turn into the self-cultivation, self-motivation. So Taoist belief has that kind of function to encourage people take practical actions to improve the personal virtue and cultivating immortality to improve the quality of life. So that is very a cool things in Taoism belief. Next, I'd like to speak about you see that every religion, because the reason they become the religion as Tao become Taoism, they must have some very important culture in there. So in Taoism, immortal belief or Taoist religion belief, so the very important thing is in this called Jiao. In Taoism practice, religions in Taoist religion have one, not only education through inspiration or enlightenment, teaching practical technique, so all those education. And education has another further called transformation, and at the same time further through human transformation they contribute a greater value in the human society. And that is what Taoism believes as the greatest principle. So in Taoism, greatest principle is the Tao. And Tao, greatest principle for the Tao is nature, because Tao follows what is nature. So in Taoism, the highest belief is the Tao, and principle of Tao means nature, which means we in Taoism, immortal belief and religion belief, we inspire practitioner of Taoism during the journey of self-cultivation. They must find their own nature. In other words, they need to find the unique principle that like custom made for your own practice. That means your true self, true nature. Find your true nature, practice true nature, return to your true nature. Okay, so the way we have this great belief in the ancient pioneer, immortal, and Buddha or God. See, the way we look in them because not only we know those great pioneers, they have set example in front of us, but also we believe they have walked the walk and walked the talk. They have made example and lay out the path and gave us the true me. Right? You see, the meaning immortal God has shown the path for the human to follow. It is our human disobey and have greater intelligence to detour the path laid by the pioneer and ancestors, right? So we must, in Taoism, immortal practice and religion belief, we encourage practitioner to learn from the ancestor, to learn from those pioneer, great moral people that learn their virtue, follow the footstep, follow the path of cultivation, then use to internal reflect in themselves to find and collect belief. In Taoist belief, we use the pioneers' experience or the past they create. We follow them, use in the reflect the mistake that we make and correct the mistake. Therefore, this is why when we go to Daoist temple in the library, have hundreds of thousands of scripture that written by the past pioneer. That's why in every generation, the Daoist master wrote the book and leaving the experience of cultivation to the next generation. And that's just for the reference purpose. See, there is a philosophy say there is not two leaf, L-E-A-F, the leaf look the same. There are no two leaves look the same, right? So, although Taoism talk about immortal belief, the belief, see, but belief it does not make you to be stubborn, to be superstitious, not to make you confused. So through the cultivation in your own belief, you must find your true self. Only you transform the ancestors' teaching by following their footsteps, learning their philosophy, inspired by their immoral or moral practice, inspired by their greatest contribution, and you learn and transform it through their education, transform your inner self, inner soul, and make yourself having a highest value, highest virtue, cultivation. It turn through all the inspiration and turn and find your own principle of practice. That means ancestors' experience and your self-practice merge, and then you eventually find your own principle and find your own way. Example, the 10,000 Daoist priests has 10,000 way of translation of the concept of the Tao. We all have different Tao. So can you find your own Tao through the ancestors' practice, through walking their paths and learning their experience, inspired by the greatest contribution, eventually find your own practical principle. Therefore, when you do that, you can transform the immortal belief, become a real life, become a real life practice, the truth reflected in today's practical practice. That's what we call 与道合真, meaning merge the truth into the Tao. That's mean, okay? So if you continue just blindfoldly follow the immortal belief, blindfoldly believe what your teacher, masters, or ancestors, or God taught us, and doesn't learn how to be flexible and find your own path, then you will lose. See, in Taoism, belief is very respect of everyone's different in the world. But this is the good essence of Taoism belief. This is very humane and very humane. We show you everyone's different. Everyone has one way, and find your own way of practice. Everyone can find your own true secret of cultivation. So see, Tao creates one, two, three create 10,000 things. Tao and the 10,000 things are the same. That in the 10,000 things are the Tao. The principles is the same. Okay? No matter what you believe, the immortal Buddha or God, this kind of belief, in theory, they're all connected, all leading to the same place, to improve our highest frequency, improve our high quality of our soul, to pursuing the greater humanity, greater immortality. They are the same. So therefore, if you want to ask the final question to me, what is the true belief for a Taoist priest? I would say, first, Taoist priest believing in immortality. Second, Taoist belief in self. See that all the immortal came from the ordinary human. Each ordinary human has the seed of immortality inside you. You just need to activate it, find your way, using the immortal belief as the principle, as inspiration, as a path or principle to follow. Eventually, immortal and human will merge. They look like polarity, but they are truly merging each other. And that's exactly what the Tao is mystical. Through the mystical, within the mystical, you will find the gateway to immortality. And that's what I like to speak about today. May Tao bless you very much. Thank you for joining our Sunday lecture.